Hello, air signs. It's Ariana, your tarot life coach, coming at you for the week of July 25th. Hope you guys are doing great. Want to tell you so much thanks, so much love, big hugs, fist pumps, everything you can imagine, just for joining with me this month. And because it flew by for me, this is my vacation month. So just thank you for joining me and making it very interesting. I'm sorry. Also, I wanted to tell you guys, I will be having some specials this weekend on Instagram. So if you want to check me out, I apologize. I think my sage is getting to me. If you guys want to follow me on there, it's on Instagram. It's at Ariana Luciano. I'll be posting there about some upcoming specials that I'll be having for readings. So please join me. Okay, and now I want to talk about the spread that we're going to be doing. This is a general reading, guys. Okay, so some of it may resonate, some of it may not. It just depends. But I'm going to be doing a reading called Facing a Challenge. So now that we know what we're working with, I'm going to go straight into the oracle card that's in front of us from the Shaman's Oracle by John Matthews and Will Kingham. Okay. So immediately while I'm looking at this, I'm thinking we've got to start remembering some things. We got to remember where we came from, what we've done, our great accomplishments, that kind of stuff. So from the book, it says, I can help you to learn the truths that enable you to reconnect with your true self in times of need. To remember the path that will take you where you need to go, and to recall the names and faces of those who you love when circumstances would have you forget them. Then this card, to me, makes me think of the zebra, okay? The blending of instincts and intuition, almost like a sense of balance, knowing where you came from, but also knowing where you're going, okay? Memory gives us a sense of direction. So the things about zebras is they travel in herds, and they only sleep when other members are around them. So they're protecting each other, okay? The zebra drinks water with its enemies, the lion. This teaches you to value what's dear to you, survival against all odds, okay? So the interpretation that they have for this card is remembrance of those you love, restoring the broken things, seeing beyond false aspects of life, past truths applied to what's going on right now, and understanding the importance of history. Okay, so that's what this card is trying to tell you. It's kind of trying to tell you, like, come on, guys. You have instincts and you have intuition. Like, pull them together to guide you through this challenging situation that you finding yourself in. So, we have before us the carobs, and we're going to go ahead and use our carobs to guide us through. And so, let me just bless the cards real quick, and we'll move right along. Okay, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So, the challenge this week is the Prince of Cups, reversed. And I'm going to just give this to you guys, just honest and upfront. Sometimes people think that just because things are reversed, that it means that they're bad cards or something like that. That's not true. That's not how these things work. A lot of times it's just energy. And the reason why I do use reversals is to give you a richer story, to give you something else that's going to enlighten it, okay? So your strength is the Hangman reversed. Your weakness, or what to be aware of, is the Two of Arrows reversed. And then the advice is the Princess of Arrows. Okay, air signs. Overall energy that we have is the Universe reversed. Okay? So, let's go ahead and jump right into this. So, first card, the challenge that you may be faced with is this Prince of Cups. Okay, for some people this is energy, and for some people, this is a person, okay? And just because it's a water sign doesn't necessarily mean that it's always got to be a water sign. This is a person who exhibits these personalities or traits or behaviors, or they may have water in their chart. So the Prince of Cups is what our challenge is this week. So some of us may receive some information that we're not really wanting to receive, but it's coming. So that might be the challenge for us this week. This is like mysterious energy, erratic energy. It can be a little destructive at times, but this is news that's coming your way, information, and it's gonna kind of knock you off your feet a little bit. Like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. So that's where we're at right now. And for others, this is a person. This is a person who has, lied their ass off to you, or maybe they've hurt your feelings and they've broken your heart. However it goes, this is just an energy that's coming in, okay? An energy or a person. And this could be work-related or love-related. Remember, this is a general reading, and it's called Facing a Challenge. So your strength is the Hangman reversed. Interesting way to look at things, huh? So the Hangman reverse tells me that we need to go back to karma. We need to go back to balance. And actually, when I'm looking at the Prince of Cups, this is also a karmic tie. So this could also, and I'm going to throw this out there, air signs. I know I'm not trying to make predictions or anything, but I could possibly see some interactions going on between a water sign and an air sign. That's kind of what I see. So, or energy. I'm gonna go with this reading, and then I'm gonna give some stuff that's coming out to me, because I have like a whole bunch of storylines going through my head, and I'm getting super excited. Sorry. So this Hangman is our strength, okay? Air signs, we need to pull on it to give us strength, and it's reverse. So what that tells me is that your strength is normally learning. Your strength is letting things go and letting them happen naturally, okay? However, you're in a situation, that's why it's called facing a challenge, where you don't want to let go. You're holding on really tightly, and you're kind of rejecting the advice your spirit guide is telling you, which is the ancestor of memory. You're not remembering who you love or what you love or who you are, because you want to control something, okay? And this is about a crossroads. So whatever's going on, you're really strong when you're at a crossroads. You're actually really good at making decisions. But we need to go back and learn this balance, okay? So we're going to go back and we're going to learn balance. That is going to be your strength. That's what's going to pull you through this week, is to be balanced. And it's like a sense of integrity and just being equitable, and just like really knowing when to be super like victorious and knowing when to tone it down a little bit. Just having that balance, that finesse. It's just, think about, well, like Libra's about the balance. And so just thinking about harnessing that energy. And then if you think about it, if you're looking at Tammuz right here in this card, he's being pulled by the Gala monsters to hell, right? So it's like they're pulling him in two different directions. I almost feel like the challenge you're facing right now, or like you got information and now you're being pulled in two different directions and you don't know what to do. And so your strength is to be balanced, to take a step back and use the ancestor of memory to remind you of things that have happened in your past where maybe you were stronger, or where maybe you were able to make this type of decision. Okay, the weaknesses that this spread is trying to highlight, and I like to say more like not so much your weakness, but something to be aware of, something that can cause a hindrance for you, is the Two of Arrows reversed. And interesting thing, I was reading on this card, I was like trying to understand the card a little bit better, and let me pull it a little bit closer. And this is what the Cherub of Cups is trying to bless. So let me turn it up right for us. So here we see two people shaking hands, and it talks about peace being restored. Well, I just want to tell you a little story about as I read this, okay? So they used to sign peace treaties between two rulers, like when a different land was conquered, okay? So the treaty would be signed or whatever, and there was blessing bestowed upon the people who abided by the treaty, and curses that were the ones who broke the treaty. So depending on if you agreed or you disagreed, depended on if you were blessed or not, okay? So part of this weakness is, because it's reversed, is there's some unresolved conflict going on. It's almost like you're pretending like everything is okay. And if you see, like, the way I look at it is like it's the hangman. And peace is not restored, which is what's throwing you off. And it's almost like the weakness is someone is feeding you some bullshit. You're getting information. Somebody broke the truth. Somebody, I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's somebody. But there's a reason why you feel like they're not keeping their end of the bargain up. Okay? So that is part of the weakness, and that's what's causing some difficulty there for the hangman. But because the hangman is telling you to learn by surrendering. Just surrender, let go, and see what happens. But you're unable to, because there's some treachery and some lies, and someone reneged on a contract or something like that, or in a relationship that's caused this imbalance. So that's where we have to go back to justice, and we have to find the balance. So the key for you guys this week is going to be balanced, to take a step back, not so much be offended by this. I mean, you have every right to be offended, but when we're offended and we're reacting out of an emotional state, we're unable to make rational decisions. Okay, and so one thing I always tell people when this card comes up is be very aware of what you're signing or agreeing to. Okay, because this is, you saw the little guy with his machete in the air. He's ready to cut somebody if they don't listen. Okay, she's not playing back there. She's gonna cut you. So make sure that you are being respected in whatever decision or whatever's happening. Because one of the weaknesses might be is that you give in and you say, okay, fine, and that's not really what you want to do. Okay, so the way this reading works is you look at the challenge. The challenge is either a person or information that's coming into your life that you're not liking the way things are going. They've hurt you, they've lied to you, or the situation has just knocked you off your feet, and not in a good way. So your strength, which was normally the hangman, by allowing things to happen, is now reversed, and it's telling you to go back to balance things off, okay? The weakness is that you were misfed information, you were led astray, you were lied to by either this person or this situation, okay? The advice on how to be strong, or how this can be a possible outcome for you, is the Princess of Arrows, which is Nanil. And once again, arrows are all about communication. So you're going to have to harness your gift of communication. You're going to have to speak up for yourself. You're going to have to stand your ground. And one of the things is, like, this is a person who can be stabilized, which is like being balanced in a very erratic situation or erratic environment, something that is not stable, okay? So this is you, air signs. This is attributed to the air signs. And she's standing there, and she's got her arrow, and she's got her bow, and she's ready to shoot it. She's ready to hit her target, okay? He or she, remember this is a general. Just because it shows up as a woman doesn't mean that it's always necessarily a woman. So it's kind of telling us to have, this is the advice. You need to find confidence. Pay attention. It says be observant, okay? Be observant. Look at what the hell is going on. Take notes. How about that? Take some notes. And it says being emotionally detached is one of her skill sets. So she's able to emotionally detach herself, and that's probably going to help you maneuver through whatever situation you're going through, whether it be love or career. It's going to be a good idea to take a step back, kind of assess the situation without any emotions, and negotiate a bargain or a deal or something. Because she's also a skilled negotiator. She's great at debating. She's great at getting her point across. So that's the overall vibe of it. Now, the shadow card that we have is the universe reverse, which is on and key. This is attributed to, this is the universe. This is like the world, okay? Sorry, attributed to. When I think of the universe, I always tell the same story. It's on and key. They were once one, but then they were divided, okay? Which makes me feel like water and air, they're divided. So on is the sky god, and key is Aruru, the empress, okay? And they were torn apart by Alil. And through this they created the universe. So whatever is occurring for you guys this week, it feels like you're being torn apart, you're being torn in two. However, out of this, you are going to create something beautiful, okay? This is going to be like a cosmic creation. You're going to be able to see how strong you are. You're going to be able to find your balance in an erratic situation, and you're going to be able to find peace within yourself and peace within the situation. So when it's reversed, because like this is the overall feel of it, you kind of feel like you're stuck, that it's the end of something, and you may not have the success you wanted, and it's kind of like the fear of change. But remember, this is all about facing a challenge. So we have to harness the energy of balance. We have to emotionally detach ourselves and look at things in a logical perspective. That's the advice that the cards are telling us, because we've forgotten who we've loved, right? That's what it said. It says we need to remember the path that I will take you where you need to go, and to recall the names and faces of those you love when circumstances would have had you forget them. So don't lose sight of how much you should love yourself, okay? Honor yourself. Make sure that whatever agreement is came to, that you are completely treated fairly. And I feel like for some reason, someone's not trying to treat you fairly, whether it be at work or whether it be in the love situation or whether it be at home. Someone is trying to get the upper hand. They're lying, okay? That is the challenge you're facing. So that's what I have for you this week, air signs. I guess the overall feel for this is to find balance in an erratic environment. So it might be a bumpy week this week, but it's going to be okay because you have the ancestor of memory next to you, guiding you. Sorry about that. It's making sure that everything is okay for you. That's what they want you to know. Like I said, the stories that I'm getting. If this is a love situation, I know I shouldn't do this, but I just feel like I should tell you this. You're probably going to start off this week or getting information that someone's done you dirty. You're going to be a little bit thrown off your feet. You're going to be unable to decide because you're not given all the information. Hold on. Sorry. So then they're going to offer you some information, but it's going to be some half-truths. You're going to agree to it. But make sure that peace is completely restored. Don't be blinded by it. And then you're going to be able to pull away emotionally and make a decision like Nanil does. And then you're going to flip this universe over, and it's going to be a completion of whatever it was. For others who this is the energy that's coming in, I'm so sorry. Okay. So for others, some of this energy that's coming in, it's very erratic. It's unstable. It's just like knocking you off of your feet at the beginning of the week. You're going to be able to come to balance. And then you're going to make your decision, because that's why you're holding that arrow and the bow. You haven't shot yet. You're like, wait a minute, this isn't right. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to make sure I have all the information. I'm going to make sure that everything is okay before I jump the gun. So that would be the advice that I would give is, if you're an air sign, make sure that you have all the information. Make sure you can trust where the information is coming from before you have a reaction. And in whatever reaction you have, make sure that you're very balanced and poised, because you don't want to appear emotionally imbalanced. I guess that's the best way of saying it. So air signs, that's what I got for you guys. Harness the energy of justice. Hopefully this helps you this week if you are facing a challenge. And if you're not, I hope that maybe we can connect another time. Once again, this is a general reading. For a personal reading, you can contact me on my email at arianaluciano@gmail.com, or you can DM me on my Instagram at arianaluciano. And follow me on Instagram, guys, because I'll be running a few specials from now until I go back to work, which is in mid-August, just because it's summertime and I have extra time and I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. So I always run weekend specials because that's when I have more time. So follow me and hopefully we can connect on a personal basis. I hope you guys have a wonderful week and take care.